Hey, I'm Jay Kumar, and this is your Seafoam and Kistler Top 5 of the Week in Bass Fishing, number 1. Well, our first big winner of the year wasn't James Fenimore Cooper, and it wasn't
Amari Cooper. Oh, what a catch!
It was this guy.
Champion Justin Cooper!
That's Louisiana's Justin Cooper. After just a single top 10 in his rookie year on the MLF Bass Pro Tour, he started off his sophomore season with a W last weekend on Lake Conroe, Texas. Now, I asked him what was behind this big start, and he said he watched the Mighty Ducks movie every day for 3 solid weeks.
Win.
Okay, I didn't ask him that, but hey, it still might be true. Anyhow, remember this was the first tournament where the Bass Pro Tour guys could only use forward-facing sonar for 1 period of 3 per day. Now, we'll get to that in a second, but like most of the guys, Justin used it for the first period each day. Now, his main bait for scoping, and he did use Garmin Live Scope of all the alternatives, was a Bass Pro Shops XPS Rockin' Shad in the Space Shad color, and he rigged that on a 3/16 ounce Owner Range Roller jig head. Now, that jig head has been popping up a little bit the last few years. Now, his main non-forward facing sonar bait, he did use a few, and he was fishing a creek flat loaded with hydrilla, was a Z-Man made Bass Pro Shops Chatterbomb bladed jig with a white Bass Pro Shops Super Shad trailer. The Chatterbomb color is called Flamingo, and when I saw it, it immediately went on my I need to have it list. A little pink is real good, man.
Hey!
All right, that's a little too much pink. Number 2. So what happened at the first MLF Bass Pro Tour tournament of the season?
Answer the question.
Yeah, word, Captain Alien. I'm getting to it. So it was a pre-spawn tournament, which as we all know are now dominated by forward-facing sonar. But this season, the Bass Pro Tour guys are restricted to using forward-facing sonar for only 1 of 3 periods per day, so basically a third of each day. So how would it play? Would it be the biggest deal even though it's only a third of each day? Well, how it played looked like this. You can see that a higher and higher percentage of the field used forward-facing sonar in period 1 each day. Of course, that's because they were catching them then, but you have to consider the different conditions each day, the zeroing of weights, the 3 periods. There's a ton of strategizing in these tournaments. Now, the answer to the second question is apparently a no. Pinging a minnow with forward-facing sonar apparently did not dominate every day. So guys like Takahiro Omori and Todd Faircloth had a chance to shine. But in the end, here's what the top 10 finishers look like. If you look down through there, other than the 4 guys I called out, the rest of them, even including Jacob Wall, who I did call out, had good years last year too when there were no forward-facing sonar restrictions. So my friend Daughtry was like this. Man, he even wrote a song about it. All right, let's see what happens at the next one, man. Number 3. What were the top non-forward-facing sonar baits the top 10 finishers used at the Bass Pro Tour stop on Lake Conroe, Texas?
I need an answer.
Well, we've got 2. A chatterbait bladed jig, which basically means the insanely good and consistent Z-Man jackhammer, whether the guys call it out by name or not. And the second one was the good old lipless crankbait. Like the old school but still catches them Bill Lewis rattle trap, their new and real good Bill Lewis hammer trap, and the deadly Yozuri rattling vibe. In other words, the exact 2 types of baits you would expect to be fished in and around the grass in a pre-spawn situation. So is forward-facing sonar for only 1 period a day doing what folks thought it would? Well, we're only 1 tournament in, but so far I'd say yes. One more thing. The 1 guy in the top 10 who didn't fish either a bladed jig or a lipless bait was Justin Lucas. His 2 hydrilla baits were a Berkeley Fritside 5 flat side crankbait and a 4-inch Berkeley power bait hollow belly swim bait. Why? He was like, Man, I know why. He's from California originally, and they just fish different out there. You know what I mean, Cali peeps. Number 4.
Welcome to the Hotel California.
Hey, happy Festivus, everyone!
Oh yeah, it definitely was a happy Festivus at the Bassmaster Open a couple of weeks back on Clark's Hill in Georgia. What kind of Festivus was it?
There's sharks and minnows in this world, Jimmy.
Well, I guess that gives us 2 options, but we all know no one fishes a shark bait in bass tournaments unless maybe they have skirt strands sticking out of them. Haha, I bet you would. So anyway, yep, it was a minnow Festivus tournament. What do I mean by that exactly? Well, in the top 10 baits breakdown we did for that tournament in the BassBlaster email, here's what it looked like. Now, in all the years I've been doing bait breakdowns for tournaments, I have never seen any bait or technique hit 100%, at least that I can remember right now. But here we are in a pre-spawn tournament with no forward-facing sonar restrictions, and lo and behold, the pinging a minnow deal dominated 100%.
It's a game of world domination.
Yes, it is, Jerry. So will the pinging a minnow deal keep dominating in the forward-facing sonar unrestricted Bassmaster Opens?
Oh, you better believe it.
Let's see what happens, man. But the Macho Man was having none of it.
When you're down and out, that's the kind of rules I play by. But you play by different rules. Yeah, you gotta get in your grandstanding and your hot dogging, don't you? Yeah!
We got them all.
Whoa, easy there, Riddick. Not all, but a bunch. I'm talking about the NPFL. Now, kind of like Netflix started off renting DVDs and then gradually moved to streaming, just like its name implied it always would, the National Professional Fishing League started off as a working man's sort of non-tour pro trail. And now this year, about a quarter of its 118-man field are tour-level pros. Guys like this. Now, some guys like Patrick Walters have been fishing it already, but now guys are signed up like Jason Christie, Greg Hackney, 2-time Bassmaster Classic winner Hank Cherry, and 2-time Bass Angler of the Year winner Gerald Swindle. Why? Well, no forward-facing sonar allowed. Guess they're like,
It's about time. It's about time. It's about time. Yeah.
however you want to slice it, it looks like the NPFL right now most resembles the bass fishing tours of old, like a decade or more ago. And not just because of no forward-facing sonar either. What I mean is the tours in the past always had a wide mix of guys. The bottom half of guys were sort of just happy to be there and ended up funding the top half and the tours themselves.
Very interesting.
Should that be the way it is? Let me know what you think, man. That's all I got for you this week. Thank you for watching. Thank you, Seafoam and Kistler. See you next week. God bless you.